I'm Jana Reed with KeithTrim.com, and I'm here today with Gary Saathoff, and I'm here to talk to him a little bit about his racing career that he has had. And first of all, like I said, your name is Gary, and are you single or married?
I'm single with a girlfriend.
Do you have any kids?
None.
Where do you work?
I've been at Farmland Foods in Crete for 25 years.
And do you live in Beatrice?
I live in Dallas, 8 miles from Beatrice.
And you are one of the Beatrice Speedway local track racers, I understand.
Yes, I am.
And how long have you been racing?
I've been racing since 1986.
And have you always been in the same kind of car?
No, back in '86 we run kind of like a hobby stock deal, and I did that for 2 or 3 years, and then we went to more like pro-ams, and we raced out here on Saturday nights and Friday nights in Eagle.
What all got you started into racing?
Well, I used to go out and help my cousin Johnny, and then I did that for 2 years, and then about the third year, I started watching these guys race in these other classes, and I'm like, I can do better than they can, so I'm going to give it a whirl.
So total years, you said you've been racing since '86.
'86.
And so then, what kind of car do you have now?
I got a sport mod now.
So have you always raced those?
I've raced sport mod the last 3 years, and then back in 1996, I ran full mod until up to 3 years ago, until the cost got a little high for me, so I switched to sport mods, which is about half the cost of an A mod, which is a lot better class for me.
And so I understand that it is a very competitive class out there.
Yeah, 3 years ago at Beatrice, I won. When I first started doing it, I won like 9 times. And then the next 2 years, I went down to 3 feature wins each, and then this year I just got 1.
Wow, so it's really increased and become very competitive.
Yeah, all the drivers really stepped it up.
And how about like you just talked about your mod wins this year, so you've only had 1 feature win out there?
Just 1 this year at Beatrice.
And is that the only place that you race on a weekly basis?
No, I race on Saturday nights. I race the last 2 years. I've raced up at Eagle on Saturday night.
And how are you doing up there?
This last week, I moved back into the point lead by 2 points, and last year I won points up there.
And what is your favorite track that you like to race at?
Oh, up till about this year, Beatrice was always my favorite track. But I have to say, up at Eagle now, we've been getting about 40 cars a night, and I think just the more cars and the different cars makes it a little more fun for me right now.
What is the most memorable race that you've ever had?
Oh gosh. The most memorable race I ever had was second year I ever raced. We was racing at Fairbury, Nebraska at their track, and I actually me and another driver in a trophy dash race got in a little shoving match, and I got kicked out for the night. So they hardly had any cars. They said, well, me and another guy couldn't drive, so my dad's like, I used to drive, I'll show you how to drive. And I'm like, yeah, right. Because I was too young to see him race. So he goes out and gets in my car. He ends up winning the race. Gets out afterwards, and he's like, that's the slowest race I ever run.
What is your favorite win that you've won?
Oh gosh, about 2 years ago, we had a Saathoff racing reunion night at Beatrice Speedway, and I just happened to win that night. Barely got around Benji leg at the end. So that was probably my best win, because all my dad and all of his brothers and sisters were out there, so it was a pretty good time.
What is the total cost on a modified average?
Oh, on a sport mod, the car I use is about 5 years old. But I priced one a while back, and basically if I was gonna buy everything brand new and assemble it, it would cost me about between 8 and 9 grand.
Wow, is that with or without the motor?
That's less than the motor.
So there's a lot of money tied up into these machines.
Yes, there is.
And then the safety equipment, is there anything that you have to have like when you race or?
Oh yeah, you gotta like update your helmet about every other year. And I've been buying better fire suits now that I can afford it a little better, so I spend about $800 on mine for my fire suit. My helmet's about $400.
How long does the fire suit usually last?
Well, I'd say if you were smart, you'd probably change. I would switch out about every 2 years.
And is there any kind of sponsors and people that you'd like to thank that help you out either during the whole year or on a weekly basis?
Sure, I got a lot of sponsors. I got a lot of sponsors that help me out. I switched this year to Schmidt Machines Motors, and I've had real good luck with them. And I got the office bar, helped me out with my beer and ice and pop. And we got Pick Salvation Army up. They give us a little money, and I got Homestead Healthcare. And I got my cousin, his Homes 101, which was some rental properties if you need to rent a house. And cousin Bruce Wasserman in Fairbury, Nebraska, Wasserman Trucking, he sponsors me. And that's probably it.
And then we have some of the stuff back here. And can you want to tell me a little bit about some of the trophies and the pictures and plaques that you have?
Sure. This big green trophy back here, it's from '08. I won points at the actress. And this one right here next to it, that's the championship trophy I got for winning the points last year at Eagle. And this one here is from the Women for Racing race. Their Bowl-a-thon race, that was this year. And then the other one back here is fan favorite driver from the Actor Speedway, which the fans vote on. And I've got lucky to win about the last 2 years in a row.
Wow.
And then the other one was from the car show.
And then what is these pictures?
These pictures here, this car here is the first car that my dad drove that they built. And that was probably, 63 or 4. And Kathy has done this photo up, and that's what they used to do. These cars, they were running like Chrysler 6-cylinders. With just old straight tread tires and straight axle cars, and they don't drive very good, but they're fun to watch. They're kind of like the doctor cars that got now.
And then also, I see you have a shirt that you're wearing, and up there that you have the shirts for sale as well?
Yes, we just got these shirts. We just got them in about, 2-3 weeks ago. And are my new car shirts, and they're like $15 a piece for the kids sizes, and they're $20 a piece for the adults.
Oh, and thank you for sitting down and talking to me today. And you can watch this video on KeithTrim.com.